Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast, episode 57. Tonight, it's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's Plock. We're talking Plock. That and more. Oh, it is a day. It is a day today. That is a good day because it's podcast day with my fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And I am Andros, and to us as a duo make up the Nintendo Pals podcast host team. We're Nintendo Pals. We're pals that like Nintendo. For those that are new around here, welcome to this. This is usually how it goes. Yeah,
You're probably thinking we word real well.
You're probably like, "Oh, is this how every week goes? These guys don't know how to introduce themselves." Hey, yes, we do. And I want to give a huge shout out this week. We got two new reviews on Apple Podcasts, and those reviews are as follows. We've got a review from Dr. Lance B. Says, excellent, fun, informative, and family friendly. Highly recommend. Thank you for that 5-star review. And another one from John Blanco, who is one of the co-hosts of the Dads After Dark, part of the Nintendo Dads family podcast. He leaves this review titled, "They're lunatics, but I kinda like it." This is a weird podcast. I mean, Andros did a lawnmower stream after all, but he and Micah, parentheses Mitch, are always being creative and fun. Appreciate that review, John. That's good. John always leaves fantastic reviews. Keep an eye out for him in your podcast listening apps. And yeah. So if you would like to be awesome, like John, like Dr. Lanceby, and leave us a 5-star review, you can do that. Micah, did you know that 37% of our listening audience listens on Apple Podcasts?
I actually did know that.
You did? Oh.
As of 2.5 minutes ago.
you were looking at our stats. So 37%, meaning some of y'all have not left a 5-star review yet. Listen, I'm not calling you out, but I'm calling you out. Go leave us a 5-star review. It's easy. You're already in the app listening to this. Just hop on down, customer reviews, click, boom, write a new review, 5 stars, and you can just write something there.
You can even insult us as long as you got them nice 5 stars right above it.
Got those 5 stars. I think the default message that you should put, if you can't think of anything to type, you just put, "Yup, pretty good." That's the default review for a Nintendo Pals podcast.
Our new catchphrase.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you all everybody who has left us a 5-star review and everybody that's going to. We'll shout you out. Thank you guys so much for all you do. It helps us out a ton. Seriously. I've been harping on this every week, so I'll give it a rest. Micah, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Nice. That's great. I am also doing pretty good. I was playing some Spelunky before we started. Died to a bear trap.
Oh, nice. Those are always fun.
That was
I think I've done it once, and I will never forget that time.
It was rough. It was very rough. This seems to be how all my Spelunky stories go. I died to some random trap, and that ended my run. I had brought the key all the way to that point, because you need to bring the key to unlock the last shortcut. I was so close. 4 levels away.
Yeah, one of my last runs, I had the Arrow of Light in the Sunken City, and I apparently dropped it somehow when I was running through some regenerating blocks. and I noticed it right before the blocks came back and just destroyed it. I don't know how it ended up there, but it ended up there, and that was pretty rough.
Yeah, not as rough as let's talk about this in the first segment of our show, which is Whatcha Playin. Mike and I have been playing some Spelunky.
At this point, I don't know if it's playing Spelunky or just suffering Spelunky.
Suffering Spelunky. Man, if this wasn't a Plok-focused episode, that would have been the title right there. Suffering Spelunkafraz, Batman. No, we played some cooperative, and we actually got a very rare occurrence where you need to have a present and an altar spawn on the same level. And if you sacrifice the present to the altar, you get an eggplant. A
fragile eggplant.
Very fragile eggplant. So this is kind of a secret zone spoiler, so I'll tag that at the beginning here, but I think most people are not going to get to this point in the gameplay.
I think the only people that know about this are people that have looked it up or been told about it.
Yeah. So you need to bring the eggplant to the ice world, which is 3 worlds down, so 12 levels approximately. You have to carry this very fragile eggplant and then put it on a little purple altar, and that opens a secret door. And inside the secret door is a eggplant person.
Eggplant child, I think. Yeah, that's what it's called.
The eggplant child. And then you take that eggplant child and you have to bring him to the sunken city, which is a secret level
after the boss,
above the boss room for the first ending of the game. Yeah, there's 3 endings to this game, guys. Plus a bunch of secret worlds, which is what we were trying to get to. We were trying to get to Eggplant World. To get to Eggplant World, you have to bring the child to the secret world and then put him next to a statue, and he falls asleep there, and that somehow opens the door to a secret
door to the Eggplant World.
The problem is Eggplant Child can run around
and they're stupid. They're stupid.
Eggplant Child ran and just got himself just completely killed by.
It wasn't even like a hard thing. Yeah, it was a little grub.
Like a little grub.
Larva grub thing.
He just got stuck jumping on this thing over and over again and just getting punched until he died. And a dead Eggplant Child does not work for the door opening, unfortunately. That would have been nice. We made it so far.
They won't notice. He just set the body there.
Third strongest mole asks, "Where's the eggplant wizard?" I believe there are eggplant wizards in the eggplant world for Spelunky 2. So there you go. It is so hard to get to that spot. But Micah and I are kind of secretly determined to unlock all the achievements in this game. We're regretting that decision, but we're still doing it because we're stubborn.
And regretful.
And regretful.
But it's too late. I already made this promise to myself.
Yes. There's a lot of things to discover, and it's just a blast of a game. We're going to definitely have over 100 hours into it. We might already be at that. So, yeah. That's fun. Micah, anything else you want to highlight that you've been playing?
I think I played some Rocket League. I played it once.
Always a fun one to throw.
Yeah, I always got to play that once a week or so, at least. And then I played a little bit of Pokemon Unite to see how it was with all the new phone players, mobile. Because I believe that's just automatically crossplay, as far as I know.
Yep.
But I feel like I didn't really notice much of a difference. It did seem like maybe there were more people leaving matches, which was kind of a bummer, but sometimes you just run into that a few games in a row anyways. Luck of the draw. But other than that, I didn't really notice a difference, I'd say.
Well, I guess that's good, probably.
Yeah, although it's kind of disappointing. I was hoping just like run in there and just absolutely annihilate people,
Yeah.
but didn't really experience that too much.
Myself, I did not try out Pokemon Unite with the new stuff. No, I spent a lot of this week just grinding at WarioWare. Get it together. They're doing a monthly mayhem over the Nintendo Dads, where it's like whoever gets the highest score wins a little prize. So I was like, I can do that, and I did hold the record for quite some time. Uh, but it's been taken
Then it got
multiple
like
times.
crushed.
Yeah, let's see.
That's
My
last time I
highest,
saw it was a pretty good jump all of a sudden.
yeah, my high score is 68, and it jumped to it's at 80 as is the high score. Uh, but I streamed when I hit the 68, and I was just so pumped that I I took a clip of that and put it up on TikTok, and it went viral. Like it's insane. Like it's currently at 17,000 views. We haven't had any it's done better than all of our short videos combined. Like,
But yeah, it's like potentially combined. I don't know if the
oh, but
but
easily outperforming all those. I guess people like WarioWare. Uh, it's
well,
funny
it's probably
because,
the Fire Emblem tea time.
yeah, I was gonna say they're all probably there for Edelgard. Am I pronouncing her name right? That's how
I have no idea.
Edelgard. That's how I pronounce it. It's funny because it's going so fast, like it's crazy fast paced, and then that tea time mini game, which is kind of long, is like so chill. So it's like stressed out, and you can just see, like, you can visually see my blood pressure, like, and then tea time, perfect tea time. Da, 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 da. It's Medelgard. says says third strongest mole, more like Medelgard. I like that. Third strongest mole was one of the people that took my score away from me. So
Wow,
hey, thanks for doing that.
what a jerk!
Oh, we appreciate you being here, third strongest mole, and you know what? You deserve that win if you get it.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to fight me for it because I'm gonna keep going. Gonna keep
Oh,
trying.
well, we'll see. He might just have to nap for the rest of it.
Uh, so in addition to that, I also tried out the Voice of Cards demo. Played through the entire demo just in one sitting. It's not super long, and I was really digging it. I thought it was pretty fun. I really liked it. Uh, the battles felt maybe a little too easy. Like there was never a chance I was going to lose in a fight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that was my experience with the demo as well.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
that's
didn't quite make it through all the demo though, so I wasn't sure if it was going to get more difficult than that or.
the boss was the only time it was even like there's like a little mini boss. And that was the only time it was even remotely challenging, and it still wasn't like too bad at all.
Yeah, I'm assuming if like in the full game it will get much more difficult.
Yeah, I assume so as well. I liked the idea behind it, the concepts behind it. Uh, the character designs I thought were cool. I don't know if I like having a single voice actor, but it's supposed to kind of simulate like you're playing a tabletop campaign of a game, and so he's doing all of the voice for it. But he doesn't like change his voice at all for like different characters, which I
Well,
don't know if
yeah,
that's.
in this world, everyone actually has the exact same voice.
He is a fantastic voice actor.
Canon,
He's
right
a
there.
fantastic actor, and his narration is very well done. But I kind of wish that the characters had their own, um, their own separate voice actors. But I don't know, and just had him as the narrator. But I don't know. Maybe I it didn't bother me too much, but it was just something I noticed.
How did you feel about the dialogue, the text card dialogue things? How sometimes they'd be slightly crooked.
It didn't bother me at all. I'm
Oh yeah,
not.
I don't know why that. I definitely wouldn't say I'm OCD in any way, but there's something about that that was just like I don't like this.
Yeah.
There's something off about it.
Yeah, I
He's
like
straight.
I really
I
like
like
this.
the concept of it. It's like, oh yeah, you throw the cards down and like they're always a little crooked and whatnot, but just reading the text like that kind of bothered me for some reason.
I really liked the sound design with like the sliding cards and everything was just like it came
Yeah, there's a
together.
lot of good touches.
Yeah, it was very immersive in that way. Like, yes, I am somewhere playing a board game at the game master's house. Yeah, it was cool. So definitely check that out. It has a free demo available right now. Comes out at the end of this month. I don't know if I'll get it right at launch because it's launching so close to a bunch of other things, and this month is packed. But I might. I'm very curious as to what happens in this story. I was drawn into the world building. Yeah. Overall, think it's great. That's really all I hit to play this week. So yeah, that not a ton. Spelunky, WarioWare, and Voice of Cards demo. It's been a busy week for me. Well, let's hop right on over to the next segment of our show and let's talk some Nintendo news. Alrighty, we got some stuff to talk about today with the Nintendo news. First off, Micah, we are 1 week away from the launch of the new OLED model for the Switch.
And more importantly, Metroid Dread.
Metroid Dread, yeah. And
I
there's
feel like I
news.
might have just made a lot of haters with that comment, but
I don't know.
we already got the Switch.
Listen, it's about the games.
OLED is just like,
Yeah, it's
it
about
just
the
looks
games.
nicer. I mean, that's great and all, but Metroid Dread.
So there's news
New
on
game.
both of those fronts. So let's talk first. Switch OLED has been in like the review embargo has gone off, I guess, because people are doing unboxing videos. Slash, there's a bunch that started doing that before they were supposed to, and like got early footage of the OLED before they were intended to. I looked at some of those, but I also am like, why did I support this behavior?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to look at those. All these terrible, terrible people and things.
Well,
Justice.
the pictures that were shown, you can see side-by-side comparisons of the Switch OLED with the day one model or like the V2 model, and it is very noticeable how different it is. Some people were even saying like, wow, it like feels like it went from 720 to 1080 like HD graphics just based off the nicer screen. That's pretty cool. And you can see it in the in just a photo, just the more color and the bigger screen. It's just I'm very excited. I am more excited than I was, and I was already pretty excited. So yeah, that's coming out Friday, along with Metroid Dread. And Metroid Dread is also getting reviews and things out. I have not looked at any of those because I do not want any spoilers of any kind other than, what's been shown in the trailers. And it's being received very well. So hopefully it sells very well. I'm very excited for it. Micah, you looking forward to this one?
I think everyone knows. Yeah.
What?
I am very excited for this. And it feels like it's just been so long since I played a new Metroid game.
You might be even more excited for some kind of breaking news. Happened just today, was shown that we are going to be getting holographic posters in the My Nintendo Rewards on the My Nintendo Rewards website that are, I want to say, 11 by 18.
Incredible. That sounds about right.
I think it's a little bigger than 11 and a little smaller than 12, somewhere in the middle there. Yeah, they're holographic. They look really cool. They are very cool looking. So keep an eye out because I think those are going to go fast as soon as they do. That was shared that was shared in our news channel by Monkey Thunder out on the Discord. So big thanks to Monkey Thunder for sharing that. I mean, like, he is like so on top of finding like the cool stuff, and he
Yeah.
always shares it in the Discord. Really appreciate doing that. Join up our Discord, where I'm sure as soon as this goes live, someone will be like, "Everybody get on it!" So
Right now. I gotta start earning a whole bunch of points.
How many do you got?
150.
Oh, that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, not
there's
even close.
there's some quick ways to get some points if you are like Micah and don't want to do that. There's several challenges where you just have to go out onto websites and like
I mean 160 now.
click on different spots on the website, and that will unlock like 100 points.
You can
Just
find all
signing
the
up
Pikmin.
signing up for certain
That's one of
apps
them.
gets you like one-time coin rewards. So yeah, check out the My Nintendo rewards. They have lists out there of things you can do. I am excited for that because I just love the Nintendo artwork, and I don't have any Metroid pieces, so this will be really cool.
How many points do you have?
Like 1,800. I have a bunch.
Hey, so many.
Yeah, here's the thing: is they expire. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think like 1 year after you get them.
It's 6 months for silver coins and 1 year for gold coins. I have
Oh, really? Only 6 months?
1,700 right now. I lost 900 points at the start of September, and I didn't realize it. It's like, dang, that stinks. I don't know what I would have got with it, but I might have at least applied for all their sweepstakes they have in there for like 30 coins a piece. Speaking of which, that news came from inside the Metroid Dread sweepstakes announcement, which you can enter on the My Nintendo Rewards website as well, and that also has some goodies: a Power A Samus controller, and there's a fancy Switch case, as well as a 20 by 24 Metroid Dread HD metal sublimation print. I don't know what that means, but it's huge and it looks really
Sounds cool.
Yeah, like I really want that one. In addition, you could get a Metroid Dread hoodie. So, there you go.
10 lucky winners. Man, we shouldn't be telling people about this.
We just
How am I supposed to win?
Yeah. So that's what we have for news on things coming out next Friday. We're going to have first impressions ready to go probably for this episode. Like, you're getting it Friday, right? Getting it at launch?
Should be. I mean, they got some kind of nice pre-order rewards, but I'm probably just going to go pick it up at Walmart launch day, get that $10 off.
Yeah.
Those mugs at Walmart pre-order did kind of tempt me a bit. I'm pretty sure I can like make my own mugs with the same artwork for like less than that, maybe.
I'm worried that there won't be that many copies available. The pre-orders on it have like sold out everywhere. So hopefully I'll be able to snag one of those, because I did not pre-order Metroid Dread. I mean, push comes to shove, I can just buy the digital. I'm not like super heartbroken, but I'll try and go physical. Yeah. So we will be I will be streaming that next Friday, and yeah, we've got a lot coming up this month as far as like events. Maybe I should take some time to do kind of like a housekeeping. I'll do that. I'll do that right now. So next Saturday, I'm planning to this coming Saturday, as when this launches, which will be the 9th of October. Planning to do a Plock stream as part of Ploktober. I will be streaming it on the original SNES cart. I am excited to try and beat that game. I have not beat it before, so I'm gonna try and go for it. So come join with some Plock fun. The Friday before that, the 8th, I'm gonna be streaming an unboxing of the Switch OLED, kind of showing off, doing comparisons, and then we'll also stream some Metroid Dread from that new system. Then the following Saturday, I will be doing a stream because it will be close to me birthday, and I'll be doing that for just kind of a celebration. I'm not sure what I'll do for that yet. And then sometime this month, we're probably going to do a giant community Plok stream. Because for those that aren't aware, it's October, and October is now Ploktober. And we're kicking it off with this episode. Coming in on the community corner, we're going to be talking a lot of Plok. I'll explain what Plok is for those that haven't played before. But
those are like, what in the world are they saying?
Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to this. So, housekeeping done. Oh, wait, one more housekeeping thing. We have some stuff coming. This is just a teaser. We got some stuff coming for our podcast. That's like kind of, I'm gonna say it's like a slightly big change. I'm thinking of maybe even ending season 1 of the Nintendo Pals and kicking off season 2 as a commemoration of this stuff that we've got going on. So stay tuned. I don't know when that is.
You're really talking up the stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm referring to, right?
I'm pretty confident I know what you're referring to.
I was like, I hope you. It's a secret. It's a secret to everybody. See what I did there? That's a Zelda line right there, buddy. All right. Okay. Housekeeping done. And now that I ended with that dumb teaser, back to the Nintendo news. So, new details, Micah, on Pokemon Legends Arceus. I just say it all 3 ways that people like to say it. I always say Arceus. I can't not do that.
Arceus. I feel like I say it both ways.
So historically, his name started in
a hard C, right?
In his Western name was pronounced Arceus. There was some concerns with that pronunciation because
now that you say that,
yeah, because of the start sounding sweary in British English. I'm like totally stumbling over myself here. So
I never thought about it until you mentioned that. Like, because some people are concerned about how it sounded, and instantly I'm like, yeah, now I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
I hear it now.
The official pronunciation has changed to Arceus, which I guess makes sense. Maybe I should just start doing that, but I just can't. It's always been Arceus to me. Anywho, new details on that game coming out in a trailer, not part of the direct, separate after. There's some cool stuff in here. Did you watch the trailer?
I did.
What were your thoughts on it, first off, before I dive into like what it had?
I thought it was good. I don't know how much I should really say because that kind of gets into what was in it.
Well, my first impressions are it looks a lot better than it did at the initial trailer reveals. Like the polish has gone up immensely since then. There's still some rough spots to it, but it looks a lot better to me. And yeah, I guess we'll dive into what we've got here. New wardens were shown off, and it seems like they are key characters for different areas of the map. And then they are tied to, or appear to be tied to, the new Pokemon nobles. And these are Pokemon that seem like they're bigger. They're kind of like a boss, like a mini boss. And
kind of like the 4 divine beasts.
They didn't say this explicitly in the trailer, but I read through the dialogue boxes in the things that the characters were saying. One of the wardens said that he was a loyal warden to this new Pokemon, which is Cleaver, a evolution of Scyther.
Interesting, because when I saw it, I didn't know it was the evolution of Scyther. I was like, is this just like a really beefed up Scyther right now?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense then.
So this, I want to say his name was Leon. The warden in his dialogue box said, not even a faithful warden of Cleaver can get close to him at the moment. And then it cuts to
you getting close to Cleaver and him trying to kill you, essentially.
Yeah, and then it cuts to the boss battle. show off. In addition, it showed off some character customization, and it looked like you could go pretty in depth, including haircuts, outfits, skin tones, eye colors. There was a lot you could do, which was surprising to me. I don't know why. I just thought they didn't show that at
they
all.
tend to have just like the most basic of customization.
Yeah.
In Pokemon games.
Yeah. The later ones have gotten better. I'd say that Pokemon Sun and Moon had, and Onward had outfits that you could change and do stuff with. But this was like above and beyond that, even, from what I saw. And it had a little photography studio where you could like pose your Pokemon and pose yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. But also at the same time, I guarantee I'm like, there's a small chance I'm ever going to use that.
Unless they have
but
Shuckle, then you'll be like, I gotta go get a picture.
Oh, heck yeah. If there's Shuckle, I take it all back.
Get a picture with
Pictures
Shuckle.
every day.
Yeah. So there was a new trailer for the game. Overall, it showed some new areas too. The areas looked a little bit more diverse to me this time. That's cool.
Yeah, and it wasn't really new information, but they did show off like the 3 mounts a little more, and I'm even more excited about that now. It seemed like they'd be pretty fun.
Those did look very cool. Yeah,
like you have the one that flies. I don't know if you like the running and the swimming mount. It kind of seems like flying. Like, why would you ever need those other two? But I'm sure there'll be reasons.
Yeah,
maybe it's just like the last one you get.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it looked like it'd be pretty fun traversal.
In addition to that, there was also a new trailer dropped for the remakes of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which Shining Diamond,
Brilliant Pearl, I think.
I don't want to sound like I don't know.
Brilliant Pearl, Shining Diamond. That just sounds wrong.
It honestly has made me more excited for that game. I'm teetering more on the fence, Micah. But
man, don't get that. Get Monkey Ball Mania. I can't remember what it's actually called.
Here's the thing. My wallet is like,
please don't.
There's so many games coming out right now. I'm buying a Switch OLED. We're getting Metroid Dread. We're getting new Mario Party. There's
Mario Golf and WarioWare came out pretty recently.
Yeah, I've bought a lot of games this year. It's been a year for games for me, man. Like, really great.
Yeah, also, especially like the second half of this year.
Another new game coming out that I'm like kind of tempted by, but I don't know, is Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. And they just announced
Traitor to the Smash Brothers universe.
I mean, I don't think I'm a traitor if I play other games that are like Smash Bros.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
They just announced that Aang and Korra are confirmed. Not a very well-kept secret. They were leaked a long time ago.
I thought that had actually already been confirmed.
Same here. When I saw it, I was like, it's trending on Twitter today. Aang is trending. I'm like, what? Wasn't this already announced? That's what I thought, but no, it was not. It was officially announced today. And Aang has this like weird... He does this face like he does from the show. It does not look okay in 3D.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his mouth gets like super huge and his eyes are all like... And in 3D, it's just kind of horrifying. I don't know why. But the characters both look really cool. I'm a fan of the Avatar Last Airbender. I did not watch Korra, but very cool shows and art style. Glad that they are in there. What an interesting cast this game has. I mean, it's got the Ninja Turtles in it. It's got SpongeBob. It's got Ren and Stimpy, and now Avatar Last Airbender.
Got it all.
Yeah. And so, yeah, are you excited about this one? You think you'll get it?
I highly doubt I will be picking this up. I'm not a betrayer.
Oh,
so yeah, that's sticking to my Smash Bros. No, there's nothing wrong with having other fighting games, I guess. I'll try not to think less of you.
It comes out the same day that the last Sakurai Presents is. Which, speaking of,
some interesting timing.
There's a lot of hype right now, a lot of chatter for Sora being the final Smash character. Now, there's no leaks or evidence, no one knows, but everybody's like, what could really top? And I think Sora would be pretty hype. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Kingdom Hearts, so I would be totally fine with that.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a sufficiently hyped character, like hypeable character to end on.
Yeah. Not like Geno. I'm sorry, Geno fans. That's not one to end on. That's that's like a small subset of people that really want Geno. I think more.
Whoa, careful! All 17 people that want him in are going to be really offended.
Oh gosh, we're just making everybody angry today. I just want a really big character. Not size-wise, but like really well-known, huge character. Someone that's just gonna blow up the chatter. I want Smash Bros. To go out with a bang. But part of me kind of is like, what if they just don't do that? And they're like, and we're
trying to think, what's like the most anticlimactic character they can release right now?
The Gatekeeper from Fire Emblem.
We're giving you
Heroes.
Referee Mario from Punch-Out.
Referee Mario from Punch. I really can't think of a character I would not like. Because they always do a good
like
job.
Toad or something. I feel like that'd be pretty cool, but that's like the most underwhelming, I guess, Mario character I can think of.
Yeah. Besides like Goomba.
The Goomba or something. If it's Goomba stack, that's pretty exciting.
I'd be pretty excited about Goomba. Yeah, I would honestly be really for that. I still believe it's Waluigi, man. That's about as hype as you can get for an ending for me. That would be so cool.
That would be pretty good. I hope they right before the announcement, they remove the Waluigi assist trophy, and then it's not even Waluigi, but just to fake people out.
Oh.
Because if they're putting in Waluigi, I feel like they can't also have the Waluigi assist trophy.
Yeah. I guess. But they could. It'd be like, it's Waluigi, it doesn't matter.
That's true. He's one of the characters that is most likely to be able to pull something like that off.
Yeah. And then you got, like, Waluigi is almost at Plok levels of meme culture among our community. So there you have it. Micah, this next thing we're gonna talk about here is kinda sorta in the rumor mill. Kinda sorta, because
you about to talk about some DK? Yeah.
No, I'm about to talk about some 4K.
Oh,
Bloomberg reported this last week that 11 development companies, including Zynga, have dev kits for a 4K Switch. Now, hold a sec. Hold it up here. This is Bloomberg, first off. And you know what Bloomberg said?
They're the worst.
Yeah, you know what Bloomberg said last time? You're like, we're gonna get a 4K Switch with DLSS support and all that. And they were just running their mouths, like getting all the scoops out there, and it was the Switch OLED. Like that was what we got. That was what we got, and not to downplay on the Switch OLED being cool, because everything that's been said for it's been pretty positive that I've seen. It's reviewing well. I'm excited to get it. Bloomberg overhyped people just way beyond reasonable levels, and so for me, automatically I was like, whatever. I was like, yeah, whatever. But this story gets interesting because as soon as they said that, I personally had just written it off. I'm like, yeah, that's not true. I don't know what your thoughts were when you saw the Bloomberg thing. I was like,
No,
nah.
yeah, I feel like I soon after heard something about how that wasn't true.
Yes,
But
Nintendo,
and
that
then
like
even more
the
happened to
very
say it
same
wasn't
day or
true.
next day came out and swiftly shut down those rumors. I kind of
Well,
want
they tried.
they
I mean,
did.
they said it wasn't true. That's not a thing. But
I just want to read this straight from the Nintendo report, like the Twitter post here. Nintendo states a news report on September 30th, 2021 falsely claims that Nintendo is supplying tools to drive game development for a Nintendo Switch with 4K support. To ensure correct understanding among our investors and customers, we want to clarify that this report is not true. We also want to restate that as we announced in July, we have no plans for any new model other than the Nintendo Switch OLED model, which will launch on October 8th, 2021. And I was I was like, wow, they came out like and just were like, no, this is not happening.
not having it yet.
Stop, Bloomberg, just stop. But the thing is, people don't believe them. Like there's so many comments on this specific thing that are like,
Sure, we believe you.
whatever. Like you guys aren't doing this. I want to find this. There's this one that says, what you're saying is it does exist, but admitting it would diminish current Switch and OLED sales. So you're denying it. And then states, I remember that the denial of the DS Lite, and then it was announced 2 days later. This one will come out next year. And that had like a bunch of likes and stuff on it. But the top comment underneath it, which like double the likes, said, this is why Nintendo fans will always be disappointed by things they were never promised.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. It's so true.
I was like, oh, it hurts. It hurts, man. So, you know.
To be fair, every E3 that they didn't announce Metroid Prime 4, some part of me was disappointed. And there were never even rumors about it.
I wonder if there is any validity to these rumors, if it's just the sequel system, but it seems too early for companies to have dev kits for those, third-party companies to have dev kits for the next system. I don't know how that works behind the scenes. I tried to look into that today. I actually did a bunch of research into dev kits and like how you get them, how early you can get them. I couldn't find any like exact information on how early Nintendo in the past has done that. But I just don't. If there's any truth to it, I think it's that, but I don't think that's true. I just think Bloomberg is like just stirring the pot, and we just need to stop. Like I didn't actually look at the Bloomberg article. It was just like reports and hearsay, and I read the Nintendo article stating that report was false. So for now, let's just go under the assumption that it's not coming, right? And I don't really want to keep talking about the 4K Switch rumors. It died. Bloomberg, you lost already. Like, stop. just give it up, guys. All right. Now that we've made enemies with an entire now that we've made enemies with an entire news outlet, let's move on to the last section of our show. What do you say we move to the community corner?
I don't know. I feel like you might be missing something, unless I just totally spaced it.
Did I miss something?
Expansion for the Super Nintendo.
Oh no!
World.
Back to news. I did the bumper again, so that we're not. Yeah, it's all. Yeah, that's how this works. If I go to the bumper, we're fine. There was an expansion. You can do this one since I forgot, and you remember.
an expansion announced for the Super Nintendo world of Donkey Kong, which I believe they mentioned something about the year 2025. Am I making that number up?
I don't remember the exact dates. I do know one number. 70% increase in size, which means that the DK portion will be about 70% of what the Mario portion is.
Right. That's a pretty good size. So
Yeah, that's
giving Donkey Kong some love.
almost
Maybe
doubling.
in time for that new 3D Donkey Kong game to come out.
I just noticed in chat here we got Hambo and Johnny. When I switched back to news, called reverse cha cha now, y'all. Do, 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 do. Yeah,
I can't even like remember the music, but
turn it up. Okay, yeah, we got very sidetracked there. I'm very excited for this. That's pretty cool. And okay, I'm gonna sound kind of like a bad Nintendo fan here, but I didn't think Donkey Kong was the next thing to come.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I know it was leaked that there was gonna be Donkey Kong stuff, but I wasn't thinking it was gonna be this big, huge, like double the size of the park for Donkey Kong kind of deal, you know?
Yeah.
We haven't had a new Donkey Kong in a long time.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's to help hype up that 3D Donkey Kong game that's coming out. Essentially Breath of the Wild Donkey Kong style.
I think we're due for that anytime, honestly. I think we're going to be hearing about it soon. They're putting a lot of emphasis on Donkey Kong. He's going to be a active character in the movie. Seth Rogen.
That's true.
And enough that like he got cast as like a separate character and is on like the top list with Mario and Luigi and stuff. That means that he's gonna have probably a pretty. I don't think it's gonna be like a throwaway one scene with Donkey Kong, you know?
Yeah, not just like a cameo.
No, because they specifically said that they did have people that were gonna be doing cameos. I don't know, like that, and then a theme park expansion. I feel like we need to have a game coming out here as well, because it's been since Tropical Freeze, which they did re-release on the Switch, but I don't know if that really counts as like a new game in the series. I don't know.
Not in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's a good way to keep people interested. Remind people that Donkey Kong's a thing still.
Yes. Okay, well, I think now we can go to the community corner. Oh, what a time. We're back. Oh, whew. Got a lot of chatter in the chat. Plonky Kong. That's a good transition. Plock. Let's talk some Plock. It is Ploktober, y'all. I'm so excited. Plock, for those that don't know, is a platforming game that released on the Super Nintendo. I believe its launch date was in 1993. I'm kind of making this up as I go with the dates. Yeah. In late 1993.
Before I was even born.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yup. I mean, it's getting pretty close.
Yeah.
But
well, it is a platforming adventure game where you play as Plok. He's like a little claymation-esque character. He's got a red hood, red gloves, red boots, and a yellow body. And what's interesting is that his limbs are not attached to his body. They kind of float, Rayman style. Rayman actually came after Plok, so he's kind of a copycat.
Yeah,
Just throwing that out there.
Rayman really lowers my opinion of Rayman.
Yeah. Yes.
Although then again, me characters also came after Plock.
So. Maybe that's why I like me so much. Oh my gosh.
Probably is.
Oh my
How come you don't like Rayman so much?
Well, because he's a copycat, you know? Just kidding. But it's not if it's a me. Yeah, so
Mario?
The main gimmick.
It's a me.
Oh no! Oh
Sometimes I think
no!
I'm hilarious.
I I can't believe it. Um, the thing is, Plock's main gimmick is that he can throw his limbs to attack enemies. He has two jumps. He's got a regular hop and like a Sonic the Hedgehog spin jump. There's no running. You can just only walk, but you can throw your limbs, your arms, and your feet. So you can shoot up to 4 times, and then they kind of boomerang back to you. And the game has lots of power-ups. It has tons of different levels, and like each world has like different um each world has different like core mechanics that get introduced. The first world is all platforming, and then the next world is all clearing. You have to go through levels and clear all the fleas on the level. And fleas are the like main villain of the game, the main villain enemy characters of the game. But then you do a flashback and you play an entire world that's like a black and white movie, complete with like all the screen effects of like a black and white movie, and all the text becomes like single panel. Like it's really really creative, and you play as Plock's grandpappy Plok, and then you go back, you do the flea, you do more flea clearing, then you do a like a boss world that's like all vehicles followed by the final boss. So I'm seeing this in chat,
Sounds
guys.
like they had
Andros,
like no idea what kind of game they wanted to make.
yes. So I learned some
and,
interesting
and they liked all their ideas.
I learned some interesting development history behind this game. This game was originally come up with by the Pickford brothers, and it was called Flea Pit. And I believe it was just the flea portion of the game. It doesn't explicitly state that, but the way they describe the mechanics and the gameplay, it was just that. And it was going to be made for arcade machines. Fast forward, they got jobs working with other companies and doing game development, and then they were able to move up and then pitch this idea. So they kind of worked their way up within the company they were working, pitched this idea. They, I believe, had to fund this themselves.
Wow.
But they got to keep all the IP rights because of that.
That's pretty cool.
It was a small team. I think they worked with the two of them, an artist, a programmer, and then the Fallen brothers, Tim and Jeff Fallen. And the Fallen brothers like are renowned for making just like absolutely killer awesome video game music, but they made it for a lot of games that weren't necessarily Rockstar hits.
Good.
And Plock
sounds kind of familiar to a game we've been talking about recently.
Plock is not a super successful series, believe it or not. There's been no sequels since the original game came out.
Oh wow.
Here's the thing.
It's a shock.
Is this game was so well liked that Miyamoto wanted to publish this game. He wanted Nintendo to publish this game. He said that it, at the time, was the third best platformer. Let's see if I can find the exact quote. He wrote a letter that said Plok is the third best platforming game below Sonic and Mario, and that he would make it the second greatest in the genre above Sonic, but below Mario. That was he's like it's not gonna pass Mario, okay? But we're gonna make this the number 2 platform. So can you imagine some alternate reality where Nintendo decided to go through with this and publish this game? Like
we could have had Plok and Smash Bros.
Plock could have been like a Nintendo IP that's not really a Nintendo IP because the Pickford brothers still owned it. He could have been here with everybody else. Like, it's kind of weird to think that that could have happened. And there's not really any reasons given, but Nintendo decided to only publish the game in Europe. I believe that's right. And the advertising for the game wasn't phenomenal, and it released kind of in poor timing to just being very oversaturated with mascot platformers. Like there were just so many games that had that. Even though critically the reception was it was pretty good. There was a lot of great scores for the game. Like I'm seeing 8 out of 10, 80 out of 100, 88 out of 100. Nintendo Life graded this game. It gave it an 8 out of 10 as well. 9 out of 10. Like, it scored super high critically, but it sold so bad. It's very weird. Yeah, so I was really interested to see that Miyamoto was like tied to this, but then I learned through this that David Wise, the musician behind the fantastic music for Donkey Kong Country as a series, stated that Plok was an inspiration in coming up with the music he did for Donkey Kong Country. And there's like a tweet out there where he's like, loved Plok and its soundtrack, replying to like a post by the Pickford brothers. And that's just so cool. And you can really, I love the Donkey Kong Country soundtrack. I love all the music that David Wise has put out for those. And you can really see some of the, like, I can see some of the similarities between the music pieces there, and how the Fallen Brothers just really stretched what could happen and be done on the sound for SNES card. Like, it's incredible. In fact, like, I was thinking maybe we could play a piece from that right now. I'll play some of that for everybody listening here.
Make sure it's a good one. This will probably be many people's first introduction to Plock.
I don't know how loud that is, but on the actual call, but
well, I can't hear it on the call.
Yes.
Oh, I can hear it in the stream.
I have watched and listened to a lot of these songs just separately on YouTube. I like to look through the comments of these. One of my favorites is for the beach theme. It was like, when you accidentally invent synthwave for a failed mascot platformer on the SNES. Like, oh my gosh. For the boss theme, there's one that's like, when the G falls off of Graveyard. It's the Raveyard. Those are too good. So Plock, fantastic music. That's probably one of the best parts. Like, if anything, tonight, or today, whenever you're listening to this, I really recommend you go check out this soundtrack. Very, very good music. Yeah. So let's talk some Plock questions, Micah, because we got a lot of questions from the community.
I am very knowledgeable about Plock.
Yes. I've been doing most of the talking here because Micah's been very courteous in letting me do a Plock episode where he usually smacks on Plock.
It's been really hard to not just smack on Plock this entire time. I mean, I've slipped up a couple times, but
here's the thing, Micah.
This has been hard for me.
You have told me that you don't actually dislike Plock. You just haven't really played that much of it at all.
I don't recall ever saying that.
Oh, well.
Not where it could be recorded, at least. You have no evidence.
But I think you're gonna have fun answering some of these questions just as much as I am. So let's get right into it. Our first question comes from Hambone Johnny. He asks, what's your favorite Plock power-up, and which would make the best Halloween costume? That's a great Ploktober question.
Very fitting.
You want to start, Micah?
Well, To be honest, I had to look up the power ups before this episode, and I think my favorite sounding power up is apparently just multiple rockets. You just have a hat that has like 3 tubes, and tubes just appear over your body, and they apparently just shoot rockets at people. I mean, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty fun
I
power
think if you try to do that as a costume, it might look kind of weird, though.
up.
I think so. I think based just off the look, there's like kind of an old western 6-shooter ability and like a boxing gloves ability. I think those would make some pretty good costumes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the boxing glove. I really like the music that goes with the boxing glove, and the just like overall like look of that one. He walks around with that one, and just like his head bobs back and forth while he walks, and it plays this music that's just and the boxing gloves shoot out like his limbs, but they don't come back. They're like one shot things, and they instantly disintegrate like everything. It's just like and that's a fun one. The power ups in that game when you grab them are temporary. And then you go
Like
back
time based, temporary.
Yeah. There's not you don't really have any indication. You just kind of go until it runs out. Great question from Hambone. Are we going as Plock this year for Halloween? Probably not. Probably not. It'd be kind of hard to get a full costume together for Plock. We were trying to figure out what Plock is, and apparently, Mikey, you were reading like
there's some comic that someone pointed me to of Plock. I don't know if it's like canon or anything, but apparently there's like some war in Polyesta, and some wizard was trying to stop it. So he created Plock by gathering his like, I think they said like super magical or something, super magical like hat and gloves and boots or something like that, and then casting the most gnarly spell on it, and that created Plock. So he's essentially like energy inhabiting
clothes.
some of his magic, the wizard's magic clothes,
Except
which
the
kind of
hat,
explains why the limbs can fly off and stuff.
the hat is an executioner's hood. Like that's how it was designed. They made an executioner's hood, and they're like, we want a character like this, but we want him to be a happy character. So that's why they went with the bright red and yellow colors. Isn't that like
So
why
yeah,
did
what
they
I
do
saw
that?
might not have been canon at all, or they're just changing things up.
I mean, maybe the wizard's hat was an executioner.
That's true. It's just a super magical
My
executioner
super
wizard hat.
magical hood. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
I don't know how Grandpappy Plock fits into this theory at all.
Yeah, yeah. And Bone Johnny's like, wait, how does that? Yeah, how does that work with Grandpappy? Listen,
Because I think that was how supposedly Plock was created, not Grandpappy Plock. I don't know where he came from. I think they kind of reproduce in reverse. The children give birth to their parents and such.
Weird.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, let's just. I don't even want to think about that anymore. So let's move to the next question here from Third Strongest Mole. Asks, what sort of official non-game Plock merchandise do you wish you could have? A Plock Lego? Plock socks? Plock clock? A Plock clock would be actually really cool because the limbs, like just the limbs are the different hour, minute. You can even have the seconds with like a foot or something.
Yeah, I was thinking like a Plock garbage bag, because then you could just put him where he belongs, in the trash can.
Wow, what a harsh words towards Plock, Micah.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like Plock would make some pretty good merch.
Yeah, I just wish there was any. There's none. We tried to find online a design for a shirt so we could make a Plock shirt or get one printed, and there was none. Couldn't find a Plock shirt anywhere. What kind of official merchandise would I want? A Plock plushie would be pretty cool. I think you'd make a really cool
And it has
plushie.
Velcro limbs.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Hambone says a Plock beanie in the chat. That's a great idea. That is a fantastic idea. I might just I might just buy a bright red beanie and just figure out how
For
to
sure.
make that. Like, yeah, put the eyes on it. So yes, thank you for the question. Plock Lego would be cool too. Uh, like the Mario Bros, like Duplo Legos for Plock. That'd be cool. Our next question here is from Mason. He says, if Plock was on an island with Mario and Link, how would it end up? I don't know. I don't know how to answer this question.
I mean, did they steal his flag? Because that would definitely change things up.
Yeah, if they steal his flag. Because, like, the whole concept of the game, I didn't explain this. The whole concept of the game is your flag gets stolen. And so you go to an island. You are Plock. You go to an island to try and get the flag back. And every time you get to the flagpole and raise the flag, it's not your flag. It's like a pair.
Your flag's in another castle.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. And then you finally get your flag. You go back to your island. You go back to your main island, and it turns out it was a distraction, and the fleece took over while you were.
That's some pretty good strategy.
Yeah, they really thought their plan through for being, just fleas. I don't even quite understand that. So then Plock has to go around and restore the flag to each of his like flag zones. So that's the goal of every level, is to get the flag and bring it to the flagpole. He really likes his flag of himself.
Yeah.
It's a flag with him on it. So a Plock flag. Why is that? Wait a second.
Yeah.
That's what we need for merch. I would put that up next to my house. That would be awesome. Oh man. So if he was on an island with Mario and Link, how would it end up? I don't know. I feel like
I think they'd all be pretty chill.
Yeah.
Plock maybe a little less so.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
because Plock doesn't seem like the most chill individual.
Well, that leads into the next
Throwing
question
limbs
here.
at people.
The next question here is from Solo Something. He says, why does Plock always look angry? And my answer is because his flag got stolen. He's pretty upset about that.
Yeah, because he's been diddled again.
He's just sick of being diddled. Oh, Plock is it's funny because I guess everywhere we've been posting Plock, he always looks angry. He doesn't actually look angry always in the game. He's a very expressive character for not having a mouth.
Yeah,
sometimes.
for just having eyebrows and eyes.
He does have a mouth sometimes when he smiles. This like big like.
Oh yeah, just lots of teeth.
Yeah. He's a very expressive character, so I think that's why you think he's angry all the time, is because when he's angry, he's expressive about it, And then his follow-up question, so something asks, at this point, can Plock alter the space-time continuum without consequences if he so chooses?
Okay. I'll probably say no, because
Yeah,
kind of a dead IP.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
otherwise
we'd have some games, right?
Yeah, otherwise we'd just be drowning in Plock flags.
I think that's like literally the
conquer
premise.
The world.
That's like literally the premise for like an arc in the comic that they do for him. Like at some point he like tries to become popular again, and they're like, no, you can't do that. So, there is I guess man, I'm just segueing perfectly into these questions here. I think this is also from Solo Something. Asks, does Plock read his own comic? I would guess so, because he's very self-aware in the comics that he is a video game character in a video game world that has sort of failed. And they have some pretty funny gags in there, like when they were doing the poll back in the day for the Smash Bros. They had this whole arc on him trying to get into Smash, and he had like an amiibo pose. So it was pretty great, pretty funny. But I don't know, I like the comic is very self-aware and kind of like makes fun of Plock itself. I don't know if I really like it. It'd be like if Mario was like, oh, like if you suddenly got this like comic series where it's like Mario after work, and he's at home, and he's just kind of like, ah, man, being a plumber's the worst. I'm always saving Princess Peach. It's like, it's just like, I don't know if I want to
Well, the
see
problem
that.
with that is Mario is pretty popular and lots of people like him, so he doesn't have too many reasons to be upset. He even hangs out with Bowser and stuff, and he's like the worst person that he knows, probably. So
There is like an old school comic where Plok and Mario compete in Olympics together. That was
I
part
think
of
I
a
saw one with
promo.
like the ice skating,
Yeah, yeah. It was like, what on earth? Again, that's like
except the
that
one
was
I
just
saw
a
was
that
in
was
a
just a
different language, so I couldn't read anything.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It was actually from an alternate dimension where Plok is actually up there in one of the pillars of Nintendo. So instead of Mario and Link on the cover of Smash Bros. Ultimate, it's Mario and Plok, and Link's like one of the background characters in that reality. And that comic somehow slipped through a little bit. So we got a little taste of what it's like on the other side. uh okay, so then we have a series of questions here, and I have to come in, like, if you haven't already picked up on this, I unironically love Plok. I think the game was a lot of fun. The game did not have any means of saving. You had to beat it all in one go because at the time, one of the Pickford brothers was very, very not for codes, and they couldn't afford to put in the fancy hardware to save the game with save files because they didn't want the codes leaked. Like it was something he was very concerned about. Uh, so they didn't do that, but the game's difficulty was a little steep, so very few people made it to the end. So, but despite that, unironically love this game. Our community mixed with the All End podcast community and especially the Retro Logic podcast community latched onto Plock as a beacon of sorts. And he is now, I believe, like officially the Retro Logic mascot. Like, like not officially, but unofficially, he's like their mascot. He's gonna be there for a while. I influenced that quite a bit, I'd say. We also have Third Strongest Mole in the chat here. He was a big influencer in the Plock movement. But we're just crazy about it. Just check out the hashtag Ploktober, hashtag Plock on Twitter. You'll see lots of posts from lots of community members from these communities specifically.
Yeah,
It's very, very fun. But it's kind of evolved. Well, it kind of became a meme. It was a meme right at the start when it became like a popular thing. Everybody's like, what's this? We're talking about this like rando platformer from the SNES. Listen, guys, when I was a kid, Plock was at the same level as Mario Bros. For me. Like I didn't know any better. This is pre-internet. This is
yeah.
pre
You,
this
you didn't know any better.
this is like pre
But you should have.
really knowing what was popular and what wasn't popular. I had both. I loved Plock almost as much as I loved Super Mario World, which I think came out later. And it's just funny how, like, as a kid I didn't know any different, but Plock never came back, you know. uh, so this long story short is that Plock is a meme. Plock is a meme, but Plock is also awesome. I really like Plock. So a lot of these questions I think are diving more into the meme side of things. We've already talked some that I think that are very meme-like. Does he break the space-time continuum? I don't know. Yeah, probably. Who knows?
He
So,
likes not being super popular because then you're just swarmed with fans and things all the time. That's a drag. Nobody
right.
wants. Well, some people don't want that. Some
Chris
people do.
HL94 asks, what is a Plock? I think we answered this already. He's a
Weird
magical
potential bundle of energy and super sweet wizard clothes
Yeah.
executioner hats. Or
I always
something.
thought he was clay as a kid. Like that's what I thought.
He does look kind of clay-like.
Yeah. And it's because the cover was made like claymation. The cover of the game. Third Strongest Mole asks, how is Plock?
Depends. What time?
Yeah. If he
Just-
doesn't have his flag, then he's probably pretty angry.
Yeah. pre flag stolen or post flag stolen, or I guess
Post flag
post flag
stolen. Okay.
retrieved.
Yes, and then post game, he's sleepy. That's literally how the
That's
game ends. He gets
understandable.
into his big comfy
Hey,
green
how would you
chair.
even know that? Did you look up the ending?
I watched Third Strongest Mole. He made it to the end.
Oh wow!
Yeah, congrats to him. Shout out to Third Strongest Mole, who is one of the
How,
hosts of the Retro Logic podcast and Plock enthusiast. Like, he's definitely the third strongest Plock supporter.
yeah,
Maybe
you
even
now
this.
you got to get in on finishing Plock.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, next this coming Saturday, I'm planning on streaming it. Tune in to our Twitch channel.
High
Come help me.
expectations.
Come help me beat this game. I need support because it's hard. It's very hard. How is Plock? Sleepy. I'm just gonna say sleepy. He's usually pretty tired.
Well, he's either pretty happy, angry, or sleepy. I feel like probably spends most of the time, at least in the game, kind of angry.
But then we get one more of these questions from Mason. Why is Plock? I'll do you one better. Why is Plock? Because Plock is awesome, Mason. That's why.
There's no reason. There's no justification to explain Plock's existence. He just is.
I feel like Plock is going to grow on you like Waluigi has grown on you. You know, you didn't really like Waluigi that much, but now
I
you're
don't
like,
particularly like Waluigi, to be honest, but the disrespect to not put him in Smash Bros. Is just off the charts.
It's true. It's true. So now we get some. Those were fantastic questions, all on Plock here. But we got some really good ones here. Spider Shan asks, "What would you add or subtract from a Plock sequel?" So I'm going to go right off the bat here and say there needs to be checkpoints and saving. Like that is a must for a sequel. This game would have done so much better. I think the critics probably all knocked it down that like 2 stars because it was hard. I don't know. Maybe at the
They're
time,
like, we think it's pretty good, but we only made it to like the second level or something. So who knows?
The thing is, like, that's like the biggest hindrance to that game for me. And then I would also
I gotta look up Echo the Dolphin like reviews.
I would also add that running functionality because he moves a little slow. By modern platforming standards. But even for then, because like Mario had a run function, Sonic had a run function. Maybe they were trying to be different by
Sonic didn't have a not run function, as far as I know.
Yeah. Maybe they were trying to be different by making him a little slower moving, but I wasn't crazy about that.
A little more tactical with your use of limbs and things or something. I don't know.
Yeah. What would I subtract from the Plock sequel? I can't think of anything I would take away from it. We're gonna talk more about it being a sequel here with another question coming up. Micah, do you got anything? You've played it briefly.
I would subtract Plock from the sequel, and it would automatically just be a better game.
It would be
you just look at the background
and listen to the music. That doesn't sound too bad, actually. It's just you just go to the beach and listen to some Tim Follin music. That would be pretty great. You've played this game a little bit.
Yeah,
you played it at my house.
10 or 15 minutes or something. I remember very little. I remember playing and being like, I don't know why you like this so much.
It's my childhood, man. We'll make a Plock connoisseur out of you yet, Mitch, is what the chat says. So there you go. Plock. I think what's also great is that Plock just fits into so many things. They use it in the game. When you unlock a continue, it's not a continue, it's a Plock-tinue. A Plock-continue? A Plock-continue. And it's all one word.
I feel like these things don't fit all of that well.
You just throw Plock into everything. It just mixes so well. Yeah. Next question here is from Oso. He's got 3 questions for us. We'll start with this one here. It's very similar to the island question. Who would you rather meet in a dark alleyway, Plok or Waluigi? I need more context to this, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, are they here to beat me up? Dark alleyway, I
Oh,
feel like implies they're gonna beat me up.
I mean, that's why I would actually want to meet Plock in a dark alleyway so I could beat him up. I mean, I wouldn't be walking through the dark alleyway and just suddenly be like, whoa, is that Plock over there? I'd be the one waiting in the dark alleyway for Plock to come by.
Who's
So I could beat him
scarier
up.
looking to you, Plok or Waluigi?
I mean, probably Waluigi. If I just saw his like silhouette, like some super tall dude with some horrifyingly long, gangly arms and legs,
Yeah, but
like
Plok's
Slender Man
ribs
style.
aren't even attached. That would be kind of weird looking.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's a dark alleyway, I don't think you'd even notice.
I feel like,
You'd-
okay, yeah, if it's dark alleyway, Waluigi would be scarier. But in broad daylight, I feel like Plok is a scarier looking guy than Waluigi. Waluigi just looks pretty
I,
friendly to me.
yeah, if Plock is angry looking, then for sure I'd be a little more intimidated.
Yeah, he gets those angry eyebrows when he hoists the wrong flag. And he's like, I've been diddled again.
Diddled again.
Oh, what a game. What a game this is. Okay, but this one's a really, really cool question. Would you rather have a 3D Plok game built on the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild engine or the Mario Odyssey engine? I am inclined to say Mario Odyssey just because I feel like it would fit so well. Plok's level designs were each level you had to go through and clear the fleas. So if you had these like Mario Odyssey sandbox levels, not an open world like Breath of the Wild, but a sandbox like there's an edge and you had to go around the whole world and clear each of the fleas, and maybe the fleas would be tied to different spots inside that world. Like I'm just imagining each of the kingdoms. Let's just mod this in to Mario Odyssey, man.
Add in a
And
bunch
then
of fleas.
Mario in Mario Odyssey throws his cap, and that's like an extension of his character and his main attack. It just feels like that would fit so well for Plok.
Imagine
Staying,
Mario with 4 caps that he
yeah,
has to throw.
it would keep Plok what it was and bring it into the 3D space. I think Mario Odyssey is a good template for that. But at the same time, I'm kind of curious what a Breath of the Wild Plok would be. What would that even be?
Yeah. I was kind of thinking the same lines as you, Mario Odyssey, because I feel like Breath of the Wild is a little more physics based and has some more like ragdoll functionality of things, and Plock is more of a platformer. So I just feel like it would work better as a 3D platformer with the Mario Odyssey engine.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe they want to spruce up. Maybe it's not just a platformer anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. It would be cool to see him come back in any capacity, but that just feels like that would fit so well. Great question, Oso. And then last question from our entire list. We had a ton of questions here. It says, do you think Plok would make a good game show host? Why or why not? I don't know. All this thinking, like I had some like really profound answer. I don't think he would make a good game show host. I don't know what like
Thanks. All I know that he said is, I've been diddled again. I don't know,
he
that's just kind of weird.
he does talk more than most video game characters. Plok is the kind of character that would have gotten a voice actor like Sonic. Okay, that's a question for you, Micah. If we had to pick a voice actor for Plok, who would we pick? Don't say Chris Pratt.
No, it's a tie. I'd either want Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Actually, those actually those are pretty good picks because he does have that like wrestling costume thing, and he does give that vibe like he would talk like Sylvester
Like
Stallone.
he's got, yeah. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like he'd have one of those like deep
I
classic action hero
yeah, he's
movie
like, oh look
voice.
at this, I've been diddled again. To my Sylvester Stallone. He's like, oh man, I don't have my flag. I'm just trying to picture it in his voice. I can't do the Sylvester Stallone.
I'm not
I
even gonna
used
try.
to, I used to be able to do it. Or what's the Arnold? He's
Get
like,
to the chopper.
yeah,
Get to the chopper.
like,
That's the one I like.
come
That's the
on.
only thing that I could kind of do well at some point, but I'm out of practice.
Well, we both do that
Or
in
come on, do it, kill me, come on.
I've been diddled again. Oh, oh man, that was a good. Those are good picks. If I've got to pick, I like to put.
That's
That is true.
true. He
Third
does get
strongest
a
bull.
chopper.
In chat says he does eventually get a chopper. Oh my goodness.
Every time he picks it up, get to the chopper.
Man, I like to throw Patrick Warburton's voice on everything. That's the voice of Kronk. Uh,
Oh yeah.
so I do
I
feel
was like
like
that name sounded so familiar, but I couldn't think of who it was until yeah.
yeah. Let's give Charles Martinet. Let's get him in. He has come up with so many. Like he does all the main Mario cast essentially. He does Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi. Does he do Yoshi? He does so many. He does so many.
Can you really count Waluigi as the main Mario cast? He's
Well, I
not
just talk
even
about
in
like
Smash
the four
Brothers.
brothers,
Yeah.
the four that wear hats with
But that
letters
just
on them.
goes to the sort of the disrespect I was talking about.
Yeah.
Waluigi is one of the main Mario characters, and he's not in Smash Bros. It just astounds me.
It is astounding. It is astounding. Even as a non-Waluigi fan like Micah, you recognize the
Yeah.
absolute
He
travesty.
should be in.
He should. He should. So yeah, let's. I don't know. I don't know what he would sound like if he would be like a gruff. I mean I can't not picture Arnold Schwarzenegger now. So
Yeah. Like guys, Jack Black. I feel like he does pretty good. He has an interesting way.
well, give us your thoughts. If you're listening to this, reach out to us on Twitter. Reach out to us via Discord or on other social medias. Who would you want to voice Plok in the Plok animated movie releasing holiday 2022? The Plok cast. We've got
Yeah, it might more like 3022 when he somehow gets popular again.
yeah. I'm trying to think like who's the because Chris Pratt's kind of like the guy right now. That's like in everything. So he's being cast as Mario. He's with Jurassic World. He's in Avengers. He's all over the place, all doing all these movies. Like who else is up there in this like top actor list that I feel like would be a good voice for Plock?
What about James Earl Jones?
Yeah. We just picked these like why do we want to give him such a manly voice is my
Don't
question.
even know. I feel
Harrison Ford. Put him in there. um Will Smith. There you go. I feel like I need to look up like who right now is like like top actors currently. Yeah,
yeah.
Will
I
Smith's
just
in
looked
there.
up actors with deepest voices.
Oh, Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman. What are we? Yeah, let's get Morgan Freeman in here. No, I think you cast him pretty well as either Sylvester Stallone or Arnold. Arnold.
Who's that Pokemon?
Oh, that's a throwback to an old video. That's a throwback. Yeah, so that about does it for what we got to talk about tonight. Micah has guests in town, so I don't want to keep you too much longer. You know, they're out there waiting. They're like,
Yeah.
how much longer
Just
can
got
they?
back from shopping, actually.
How much longer can they talk about Plock? I could go all day. I could do this all day, but
Yeah,
we won't do
unfortunately.
that. George Clooney as Plock's voice. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so
Oh,
great.
Fabio?
Yeah, for the live action casting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I want actual Fabio to play Plok.
Oh well, I am going to, this is like as off the rails as it gets here, but I would just like to give a huge thanks to everybody who submitted questions for the community corner. And if you would like to submit questions like all of our community members so graciously did, hop on over to our Discord. Links to that are in the description. You can also reach out to us via social media. We are on Twitter. That's what it's called. We're on Twitter at Nintendo Pals. We are also on TikTok and Instagram at Nintendo Pals Podcast, where you can reach out, comment on our posts, share our stuff. September is over, and we did gain some more subscriptions to our YouTube channel and Twitch. Thanks to everybody who did that. We are still looking to grow our YouTube channel, so head on over and give us a sub there. You can watch the video versions of the podcast as well as see other videos that we do. Short reviews, reaction videos, gameplay first looks. We got a bunch of stuff over there. Special thanks to VGR, who does the intro music for our show. If you would like to check out more of his stuff, the links to all that are in the description of the show. So, yeah, I think that's everything. Just a reminder, please, if you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, jump on down and give us a 5-star review. It really helps the show out. Our discoverability's gone up immensely. We're now showing up in like the top 20 for search results, and we can only climb with your help. We cannot self-promote ourselves unless we make a bunch of accounts, but then I need it's listen,
questionable.
It's
Very
questionable. We don't do that here. We organically, while I beg,
Organically plead with you.
Organically
give
plead
us
with
reviews.
to give us a 5-star review with, yep, pretty good. 5 stars. And that does it for our show. Mikey, you want to take us out with a closing remark?
You want me to close out on the Plok episode?
Well, don't insult Plock. I'll close out.
Plok episode? I mean, better safe than sorry.
Okay.
I didn't think of anything because I just assumed you would want to.
Happy Ploktober, and have a Plock day.
In other words, hopefully a whole bunch of fleas steal your flags.